Let's jump right in. Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're completely tearing down the incredibly exhausting, super loud world of the financial internet to find what we're all really after: true financial independence. If your social feed is just jammed with complex charts, high-stress day trading setups, and finance bros shouting about the next big thing, well, we're going to cut right through all that noise. We're looking at a totally different philosophy derived from J.L. Collins' brilliant concept of the simple path to wealth. Because, honestly, the best financial strategy isn't about sweating over daily market swings. It's about something way, way deeper. So I gotta ask, are you selling your life for money? Because we're gonna discover exactly how this book teaches you to reclaim your time and actually live with purpose. This is the absolute core of our focus today. We usually just think of money as paper or digits on a screen that we use to buy stuff. But what if we completely flip that perspective? What if money is actually a physical representation of your life energy? Think about it. Every single dollar you earn is a fraction of your time, your effort, literally your life that you just traded away. So in this explainer, we're giving you a clear step-by-step blueprint to evaluate your money flow, cut down on all that mindless consumption, and stop trading away your precious life energy so you can finally hit financial freedom. Okay, Section 1, the problem with financial advice. Seriously, if you go online looking for financial advice right now, you just get instantly swallowed by a sea of grifters. You've got the crypto bros and the internet gurus pushing these genuinely complex, anxiety-inducing investment products. And why? Well, because complexity justifies their crazy fees. They literally want you stressed out and entirely dependent on their flashy systems. But here's the massive secret that Wall Street absolutely hates. The reality of building wealth, it is incredibly, almost painfully boring. Really. The absolute best advice is the most boring advice. You do not need a crystal ball, and you definitely don't need a finance degree. You can just sweep all that complex garbage right off the table. Which brings us to Section 2, the 3 rules for wealth. Let's get into the practical mechanics here. If you strip away all the noise, the entire philosophy of wealth building essentially boils down to 3 incredibly simple rules. Number 1, spend less than you earn. Number 2, invest the surplus. And number 3, avoid debt. It all starts with really looking at that flow of money in your daily life. You have to actively make the choice to keep your life energy instead of just blindly handing it over to Visa or MasterCard. So avoid debt like the literal plague, live below your means, and put that surplus life energy to work for you.
Moving right along, Section 3, the power of FU money and how you buy back your freedom.
So why are we even doing all this? Why save and invest at all? Well, we're talking about acquiring FU money. Now, this isn't necessarily full, never work again financial independence, though, hey, that is the ultimate goal. But FU money is that growing financial cushion you build up along the way. Just imagine having enough sitting in the bank that if your awesome boss suddenly leaves and gets replaced by a total nightmare, or if you just desperately need a sabbatical to catch your breath, you have the absolute economic power to just walk away. It makes you unbelievably resilient to the real world. Just like hitting the gym makes you physically stronger so a slip on the ice doesn't break a bone, FU money makes you financially strong. It gives you the protective cushion to make way bolder, braver life choices.
And this perfectly illustrates the day-to-day choices we all have to make. Say you're looking at a flashy luxury car, like a Cadillac or Porsche, versus a completely adequate, super reliable car like a Chevy or Civic. If you buy the luxury car, sure, people at the stoplight might be impressed, but your bank account is drained. If you buy the reliable, kind of boring car, you have a massive chunk of money left over. And what are you actually buying with that leftover cash? You are buying your financial freedom. You're buying your FU money. It's a direct reflection of your values. You really have to ask yourself, what matters more to you? Impressing total strangers or never having to tolerate a miserable job ever again?
Let's dive into Section 4, the index fund strategy for passive wealth.
Okay, so where exactly does that surplus cash go? 3,600. That's roughly the number of publicly traded U.S. companies that you can instantly own a tiny piece of just by buying one broad-based index fund, like Vanguard's VTSAX. You aren't sitting there trying to pick individual winning stocks. You just buy the whole entire market. I mean, really think about what that means. By holding this one simple, boring fund, everybody, from the folks working on the factory floor to the brilliant software engineers, right up to the top CEOs in the entire country, they're all waking up every single day and going to work to make you richer. You are literally harnessing the entire engine of American corporate growth without doing a single minute of research yourself. Pretty wild, right? Now, you might be wondering, but wait, what if tech stocks crash? Or what if the biggest companies totally fail? Well, the absolute beauty of an index fund is that it is naturally self-cleansing. See, the top sectors in the economy are constantly rotating. Decades ago, it was industrials, then it was financials. Right now, it's tech. Who knows what's next? But with an index fund, you honestly don't have to care. If a once dominant giant like, say, Sears, fails to adapt and goes under, it just quietly falls out of your portfolio. And the emerging winner, like in Amazon, naturally rises up to take its place. The bad companies fade out, the winners rise up, and you effortlessly own the leaders of the pack without ever needing a crystal ball. But to truly get this, we really have to dismantle that whole get-rich-quick mentality. There's this fantastic anecdote from the book about a trip to the horse races. So, a total novice goes to the track, randomly picks a horse with crazy 30-to-1 odds just for fun, throws $2 on it, and miraculously, the horse actually wins. She's super excited. But then her friend turns to her and says, "Well, why didn't you tell me to put my whole $20 on that horse?" And the answer, obviously, is, because I didn't know what was going to win. If I actually knew it was going to win, I'd have mortgaged the house. And guys, that is stock picking in a nutshell. It's just a gamble. Looking back, sure, everyone wishes they went all in on Apple or Nvidia 10 years ago. But going all in on one horse is a surefire way to lose your shirt. Which brings us to a massively important distinction you need to make to protect your life energy: the difference between speculation and investment. When you buy stuff like gold or some highly volatile crypto coin or even, I don't know, a rare trading card, you're really just speculating. You are simply crossing your fingers and hoping that someone else, somewhere down the line, is going to pay you more for it than you paid. That's the greater fool's theory. But true investment, like owning that broad index fund, is owning a slice of real companies that are actively creating value, producing actual goods, and generating real profits. You're not hoping for a greater fool. You are holding a piece of a literal wealth-generating machine. All right, Section 5, surviving market crashes. Because yeah, the drops are totally inevitable. We all live in this intense 24/7 news cycle that constantly screams the sky is falling, right? They always say, this time it's different and the next Great Depression is right around the corner. And hey, it's completely normal to feel afraid when you see that, but let's look at history. 1974, the dot-com crash in 2000, the 2008 financial meltdown, that massive, terrifying drop during COVID in 2020, market crashes of 30, 40, even 50%, they're actually perfectly normal parts of the process. Every single time a crash happens, the trigger is completely unique and totally scary. But the pattern? The pattern is always exactly the same. The market panics, it crashes, and then eventually it recovers, it marches on, and it sets brand new record highs. Trying to cleverly jump in and out of the market to avoid these drops, it's just a fool's errand. In fact, we really need to completely reframe how we view market crashes. Instead of seeing them as these apocalyptic events that you need to run away from, think about this famous bit of wisdom from Warren Buffett. He said that every now and again, the dark clouds roll in and it's going to begin raining gold, and you want to be out there filling your buckets, not hiding inside. A market crash is effectively a massive, economy-wide clearance sale on the greatest wealth-building mechanism ever devised. It's a super rare opportunity to buy shares of those 3,600 incredible companies at an extreme bargain basement discount. So you tie yourself to the mast, you stay the course, and you just keep buying. And finally, Section 6, the monk and the minister. Because at the end of the day, achieving true wealth isn't really about the spreadsheets. It's about your spirit. There's this beautiful parable about two boyhood friends who reunite later in life. Now, one has become a very wealthy, powerful minister to the king. The other, he's become a humble, penniless monk. So the wealthy minister looks at his friend's tattered robes and says, if you could just learn to cater to the king, you wouldn't have to live on rice and beans. And the monk just smiles and replies, if you could learn to live on rice and beans, you wouldn't have to cater to the king. This brings our whole explainer full circle. The ultimate life hack is keeping your needs simple. By managing your consumption and realizing you don't actually need the Cadillac, you free yourself. You never, ever have to sell your soul or your life energy to a boss, a job, or a lifestyle that you completely despise. So I want to leave you with this final, somewhat provocative thought. Take a hard look at your own life, your bank account, your daily habits. Who are you catering to right now? And honestly, is it really worth sacrificing your freedom for it? Remember, every single dollar is a literal piece of your life energy. You have the power to stop trading it away for things that just don't matter. You have the power to start your very own simple path to wealth today. Just keep your needs simple, invest the difference, and buy back your life. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and I really hope this helps you take that first powerful step toward true independence.